don't make that face. Even if he has King's Haki, what's the big deal? Bro, I'm telling you, I don't give a fuck. Zoro's beating Kaido. And Marco's coming to heal him. I don't care. Finally fucking eating, bro. It's been well over 20 plus years. Luffy's now in the top fucking tier. You can't tell me shit. Flat out. I don't care. Zoro's not killing Kaido. It's over. Conqueror's Haki's on point. What? Why are you making that face? Yeah, the baker's bitch ass ain't doing shit anyway. And as a matter of fact, Zoro's stronger than Luffy. You can't debate this. Bro, you need to read the manga. Read the fucking manga. Listen, Luffy is the main character, bro. It's okay. Zoro got his wins in Wano. He got his win against Hawkins. He got his win against Apu. He got his win against King, technically, if you want to argue that. Mainly Queen. But end of the day, look, it's clear that he may visually have Conqueror's Haki. We'll see it later. Right now we gotta focus on Luffy. What's the big deal? Yeah. And by the way, Zoro can be Roger. Just FYI. Stronger than Luffy, stronger than Roger. Watch, he's gonna one-shot Mihawk, I'm telling you. Like, look, just like Sanji fans, you're gonna have to let it go. Zoro ain't the main character, it's Luffy. Sanji ain't the main character, it's Luffy. The world isn't over.
You heard me. Shut your bitch ass up. And Luffy.
Of course!
Hey guys, Deadlift for Ships here. I initially created a post-Wano video already weeks ago, and it was about Shanks, it was about Elbaf, it was about Big Mom. That fucking ship is sailed. Long story short, the Wano arc, just from the last chapter, everything from previous speculations, world building, just based off the feats from Luffy and Zoro, that has changed. And first thing I want to say is shout outs to all the ZKK stands, aka also known as the Zoro killing Kaido stands. I'm gonna say this once, hopefully, and never say it again. I don't know what every single one of you have been smoking. I don't know if it was cocaine. I don't know if it was some PCP. I don't know.
At least one. The granny serving, the uncle serving, the daddy serving.
So you're like, I don't know if it was heroin or meth. You guys are on something. We've been hearing the last 8 months, well over the last 8 months, the last 2 years, that Zoro's going to kill Kaido. Zoro's killing Kaido. There's going to be no debate. Zoro's better than Luffy. There's no debate. Zoro's going to be the strongest character in the series, and he's going to be Pirate King over Luffy. There's no debate. It just seems like a very persistent ideal. I don't know where it's coming from. I do know where it's coming from, but all the same, it needs to stop. It really needs to stop. Also, big shout out to all of the Sanji stans. I know you guys are struggling. Look, I'm a Sanji fan, and I'm a Luffy fan, and I'm a Luffy stan, technically before everybody else. But I'm praying for you guys. But the Zoro Sanji beef, that shit has to stop. It's getting to a point where discussions, debates on all forums, from Arlong Park to manga helpers to Twitter, anti-Twitter, it's so toxic that no discussion about One Piece there's no interjection that doesn't involve Zoro somewhere, Sanji somewhere, Endgame anything that doesn't derail, destroy, just ruin the entire discussion or any debate that's going on. So again, ZKK stands and Sanji stands, I hope I never have to bring this up again. I probably will, but I'm praying for you both, and I can only wish you both the best. But we need to stop this toxicity in the communities. You can't even discuss, like I said before, anything pertaining to One Piece without someone throwing it in there. Sanji should be able to one-shot Zoro. Zoro is Admiral level. Sanji definitely is Commander level. Who cares? We are finally getting to the pinnacle of One Piece now. The small debates, the small arguments over verses is boring. let's talk about theories, please. Let's talk about theories. Let's debate real things. I don't care about power levels anymore. Power levels have no place in One Piece. We need to stop. Alright, now we got all the stand conversations out the way. Firstly, this was by far one of the greatest chapters in One Piece, and it has set the stone for all future arcs in the rest of the series because Luffy finally is no longer the underdog. Now, this shit brought me back to when I was 12 years old. I started watching One Piece. This was during the Horrible Four Kids era. If you're not familiar with it, you know, the Fox, and they had Ultimate Muscle, Shaman King, One Piece, just to name a few of the anime they had on there. When I tell you, Luffy punching Kaido and treating like dog shit, for me was the equivalent to one-shotting Bellamy, was the equivalent to finally knocking out Rob Lucci, to Luffy defeating Doflamingo. Katakuri just wasn't on that same peak for me. But those fights had significant meaning and further developed One Piece. Now, Luffy hasn't defeated Kaido, but the fact that he's using fucking King's Haki that has had no substance outside of knocking weak characters out from Fishman Island. When Oda did the SBS, he did a little, little jerk off.
You jerk off? Do I jerk off? Yeah. Yeah, I jerk off, yeah.
How many times a week?
Like, three, four times, maybe.
I gotta pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers in this racket.
Quick tidbit information, and, he told the fan base, hey, yeah, Luffy can knock out 50,000 people, but Shanks can knock out 100,000. Okay, but what else does that mean? We already know that when Shanks went on the Moby Dick, he could destroy bits and pieces of the ship, but what else exactly are we missing here? And we get to past Fishman Island. We see Doflamingo has King's Haki, we see Chinchou has King's Haki. It didn't seem that prominent and useful overall because it helped with big armies, but we're not seeing we're only seeing top tier characters actually use it, and it doesn't seem to have any real use outside of knocking weaker characters out. So the entire fan base is wondering, like, what is even the point? What's even the point of even having King's Haki in the first place? So then we get Katakuri, who is the first commander we see outside of Rayleigh, that has King's Haki, and it's not looking good. Luffy's struggling to even defeat this person. He could barely get his hits in, which now we start to understand, which I'm going to go back into later on. Tons of fights that we've had in the series where it didn't make sense. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I'm starting to think that even if it's not as strong, Katakuri at least did use a variation of King's Haki onto his Arnament Haki. It doesn't make any sense. He wasn't using any attacks per se that were direct. Or indirect is what I mean. Like, no indirect attacks. But he used either some level of Ryo or King's Haki when he was fighting Luffy, because his Arnament Haki was much harder than him. If you go back through that fight, visually it looks like, especially when he used Block Mochi. Now, the reason why I brought up the Katakuri fight is because everybody said Luffy can't beat Kaido. He can't even barely hurt top tier commanders. Let's ignore the Udon training arc, like he didn't train with Sea Stone Cuffs the entire time. Let's pretend we didn't see an entire week or so with Luffy and Zoro training with Enma, and Luffy literally training his internal Haki use. Let's pretend there wasn't 2 training arcs, which One Piece has never done. And let's pretend that Luffy doesn't have astronomical growth and is completely incapable of learning things on the fly. So yeah, like, Luffy already learns so fast compared to other characters. He learned Future Sight really quick. When Rayleigh trained him, it only took him a year to learn the basics of Haki, or a year and a half, where there was an additional 6 months, retrained on his own. Soru was used during the Enies Lobby arc. Did everybody forget that he just watched Bleno use literally his legs 10 times in a second? And then he just used Gear Second off just seeing that. So in the same essence, we get everybody's, afraid of their life. Big Mom is split up from the rest of the crew. And then we have Luffy, we have Zoro, we have Law. Luffy looked like he got hit with a TB, again from Kaido. So it looked like he got knocked out for a second. And you have Law, you have Zoro. Zoro, the MVP right now, this arc. Finally uses Shura, which I'm not really a fan of because you still don't even know what the fuck that technique is or where it came from. But it seems like it came from King's Haki. It was not confirmed in that chapter, but I'm still gonna go on a limb and say that was a subtle hint that Zoro is starting to accumulate and use King's Haki unconsciously. So after the entire fan base has been debating back and forth, who has kings, and no, I do not believe Sanji, even though I'm a Sanji, not Stan, fan, I don't think he'll ever get King's Haki. But it's very clear to me, with Oda's general, subtle little subliminals in his storyline, with his world building, that's King's Haki. Now, my only gripe with Zoro getting King's Haki is that if he has King's Haki, and that is what it is needed to fight the top tiers, my problem with that is Mihawk has never shown any capability of using King's Haki. At least at this point in time. I could be wrong, but I just don't like how that's been shown currently. Maybe Oda will fix that up in the storyline. Either way, Zoro still saved the day. From stopping Big Mom and Kaido's attack to finally piercing and slicing through Kaido's flesh. Not these little scab wounds that he was doing before. I am not impressed with little cuts on Kaido, but his Ashura base attack that finally did some damage. Law even, I forgot what the name of that technique was, but it was fairly interesting. He finally used a new technique after 6 years almost? It's crazy, 6 years. Come on, Oda, you need to give Law some fucking respect. But, so, he's down for the count. And then we finally have Luffy, as usual, being an OG. He's an OG to me. He's 19, but shit. I grew up on One Piece. We talking like 18 years almost. And he's like, hey, that technique you've been using the entire time, I could do it too. Kaido laughs at him like everybody else does when they underestimate Luffy. And he 3-pieces him. Kicks his club away. And punches him in I can't even say anything better than is equivalent to a very Ippo-like big right upper, close to like a gazelle punch. The entire scene itself was fucking amazing. So where do we go from here? I mean, Luffy doesn't have any more competition. In terms of Kid and Law, they're not looking good. So I'm hoping Kid and Killer maybe defeat Big Mom, but Luffy doesn't have any competition. If it's not Blackbeard, it's not Shanks, it's not any of the strongest pirates. I'm hoping Oda does something. I hope he doesn't nerf Luffy in the next arc. Similar to Goku in Dragon Ball Super, where he learned Ultra Instinct, and then he can only do it off a whim. So hopefully that changes, and we just get stronger characters to compete against. Or maybe I'm wrong, just like Future Sight, and that will get nerfed too, like it was kind of earlier in Wano, but we will see. Now, normally I could sit back and give you a list of matchups that I would like to see or would love to see, but Wano's so crazy right now, there's not much I can really tell you outside of, Frankie has his opponent, we know Jinbei's fighting Who's Who, we have, Frankie's fighting Sasaki, I don't know why I completely forgot that. Now, I definitely think Robin versus Black Maria will be good because we haven't seen a Robin match in God knows how long. We have Sanji who will maybe fight Perospero or Queen. But Zoro, he always gets the I'm injured one-on-one. I know the fan base won't be happy with it, but he's probably going to fight King. He's probably going to beat King, and he's probably going to evolve to a higher level during their match. Expect it. Don't be surprised. It's probably going to happen. Now, Future developments. Do I think that Luffy's gonna fight Shanks right off the bat, right after Wano? No, but the world building from the Reverie and everything else that's been going on, I don't see Luffy just jumping to Elbaf. I honestly think we may get the war for Boa Hancock, not Sabo, due to her fact that she has been a slave to the Tenryubito. Big chances are that he ends up having to either save her or go to Mary Joyce to fight Green Bull or Future Tora at some point. But Luffy's strength will hopefully be consistent. I'm hoping it's not inconsistent. I'm personally tired of seeing him be the underdog. And I want to see him one-shot characters again. I don't want to see him struggling against anyone that's not a top tier. So I'm hoping that that is where Oda's going to go in the future. But Mary Joyce is definitely one of those places that he can either go or Elbaf instead and meet Shanks. Or Shanks and Blackbeard have the face-off while Wano and everything else is going on. The biggest question is Big Mom going to be defeated in this process? And if she is defeated, will her defeat affect the world in the same way? Kaido's will it make things a lot more hectic. Alright guys, so that's going to be the end of this video. The Mortal Kombat movie comes out in a few days, April 16th. So I might be doing a review on that. The Jujutsu Kaisen review is also coming as well. I had a video I was working on with Pokemon 2, but I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do with that. I may drop it later. Kind of tinker around. They got some more video ideas coming up, which you guys will see. Post in the comments if you would like, or let me know if there's some type of video you're interested in me seeing more, whether that be more rants, commentary, anime, more TV shows that I watch. Either way, you're going to see all of them. Anyway, that's out. Also, I'm fucking shredded because I can't wait to see Luffy stomp out Kaido. I need to see it. I need to see it.